Taoist perspective on immortality. According to Taoism, all movements of the universe originate from the Tao. If you can comprehend the Tao, awaken, and traverse back to the subconscious realm, controlling the body's energy through the soul to start a new energy cycle, you will create a nobler version of yourself. This is immortality. This perspective highlights the interconnectedness of all things and the potential for spiritual growth and transformation. The idea that we can control and harness our energy to achieve a higher state of being is both empowering and deeply philosophical, suggesting a path to enlightenment that is both personal and universal. Psychological perspective on transpersonal consciousness. From a psychological standpoint, the body is the source of this microcosm, and the mind is the origin of the universe. Our mind has participated in all universal events, intertwining like a cosmic web. When a person is born, they possess two distinct parts, consciousness and the unconscious. Consciousness is the individual's distinct elements, while the unconscious is connected to the universe. If these two elements can transcend their boundaries in a meditative state, achieving a spiritual rebirth, we will reach a transpersonal consciousness. This is referred to as oneness, or immortality. This perspective beautifully illustrates the deep connection between our inner and outer worlds. Emphasizing the transformative power of meditation and self-awareness, research by Availability. To define this, Availability spent his entire life traveling from the west to the east, seeking and reading relevant documents, even studying legends. He was deeply inspired by two Eastern books, The Secret of the Golden Flower and The Tibetan Book of the Dead. Availability declared that from a scientific perspective, the truths presented in these books align with physiological realities. He gained extensive knowledge and inspiration from them. This relentless pursuit of knowledge and understanding showcases the timeless quest for truth that transcends cultural and geographical boundaries. Reflecting the universal human desire to uncover the mysteries of existence, the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Today, we delve into the Tibetan Book of the Dead. This sacred text offers profound insights into life, death, and the afterlife, guiding individuals toward a deeper understanding of existence. The wisdom contained within its pages provides comfort and direction for both the living and the dead, emphasizing the importance of living consciously and preparing for the journey beyond this life. The timeless teachings of the Tibetan Book of the Dead continue to inspire and enlighten those who seek a greater understanding of their place in the universe, life in Tibet and Padmasambhava's influence. At that time, Tibet was the only nation capable of resisting the Arabs. The king of Tibet highly revered Padmasambhava and invited him to stay in Tibet, hoping he would help govern the country and further spread Indian Buddhist teachings to the people. Thanks to Padmasambhava, the Tibetan people were enlightened with the noble philosophies from the cradle of Buddhism. This period in Tibetan history underscores the profound impact that a single enlightened individual can have on an entire nation, spreading wisdom and fostering spiritual growth. The story of Prince Padmasambhava. Among them was a highly talented prince named Padmasambhava. According to Buddhist legend, Gautama Buddha predicted that a saint would be born from a lotus flower in the future. And they believed this prince was the chosen one. He possessed superior intellectual abilities compared to the populace. He spread Buddhism throughout the country and later became a benevolent king who led the nation to prosperity. However, after the nation was invaded by Arab Muslim forces, he had to flee to Tibet. This narrative highlights the enduring power of prophecy and the transformative influence of spiritual leaders, whose legacies continue to inspire long after their time. Prediction of disaster in Tibetan legends. One day, Padmasambhava predicted a future rebellion that could lead to the extinction of Buddhism in the Tibetan plateau. Monks would be killed, most monasteries burned down, and all sacred texts and practices lost. During this time, deities and demons would dominate the plateau, an inevitable disaster. They had to confront it. This forewarning serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of spiritual traditions and the importance of preserving sacred knowledge in the face of adversity. Exploring Tibetan legends. Have you ever wondered if death is the end? If not, what awaits us in the afterlife? If you haven't found an answer, the Tibetan Book of the Dead will provide one. It begins with a parable about life after death, dating back over 1,300 years when the Arabs invaded northern India and present-day Pakistan, transforming the region into the Islamic world. At that time, many Buddhist monks fled to Tibet, Nepal, and southern India. The exploration of these ancient legends offers a fascinating glimpse into the beliefs and practices that have shaped our understanding of life, death, and the afterlife for centuries. Discovery of sacred texts. Over 600 years later, a monk sensed the rebirth of Padmasambhava. He delved deep into the monk's consciousness and revealed the hidden texts. Padmasambhava guided him about life after death, showing him the path to liberation and rebirth. The monk transcribed these texts in Sanskrit, naming them the Tibetan Book of the Dead. This discovery underscores the enduring relevance of ancient wisdom and the ongoing quest for spiritual enlightenment that transcends time and culture. Widespread transmission. Another 600 years passed, and the Tibetan Book of the Dead became a classic. It spread extensively to present-day eastern and southern China, even reaching Mongolia and the Korean peninsula. The widespread transmission of this text highlights its universal appeal and the profound impact it has had on diverse cultures and spiritual traditions across Asia. Anthropologists research in 1919. In 1919, an anthropologist arrived in the Tibetan plateau for research. Known as a Western prodigy, he was accepted into Stanford University at 18. With a deep passion for religion, philosophy, and history, he graduated in science at 24 and became a professor at Oxford University. Renowned for solving philosophical questions, he was stumped by one: what happens after death? This intriguing quest for answers illustrates the timeless human fascination with the mysteries of existence and the desire to uncover the truths that lie beyond the material world. Recording sacred texts. Therefore, he wanted to record all important teachings in sacred texts. At the appropriate time, one of his disciples would naturally perceive and comprehend the essence he left behind. These texts would then be rediscovered, and those noble philosophies revived on the Tibetan plateau. Buddhism would thrive once more. The next day, Padmasambhava vanished. This poignant moment underscores the enduring power of sacred knowledge and the belief in its eventual rediscovery and revitalization. Ensuring the continuation of spiritual traditions, the disappearance of Padmasambhava, before his disciples could decipher his words, historians believe he left Tibet after ordering his disciples to hide the sacred texts in a cave. However, according to legend, Padmasambhava attained enlightenment and became a consciousness entity, concealing all sacred texts in the realm of consciousness. This mysterious disappearance adds a layer of mystique to Padmasambhava's story, reflecting the enigmatic nature of spiritual enlightenment and the hidden truths that await discovery. Special interest in mysticism. He had a special interest in mysticism, focusing his research on mediums and supernatural truths. Evans, in his introduction, wrote about the eternal flow of life in his works. He believed those devoted to faith also believed in rebirth, but mainstream doctrines denied this belief. This focus on mysticism highlights the enduring allure of the supernatural and the quest for deeper understanding that lies beyond conventional belief systems. Quest for answers. At 20, he embraced idealism, wandering dreamily by the Dala River, sometimes unclothed. One evening, he felt overwhelmed by the belief that it wasn't his first time on earth. Past and future images flickered in his mind, making him believe he had lived many lives before. This personal revelation underscores the profound impact that moments of introspection and self-discovery can have on our understanding of existence and our place in the universe. Decision to wander. He realized his life would be a journey, exploring lands, crossing oceans, mountains, deserts, to uncover afterlife mysteries. A fellow archaeologist suggested he go to the east for answers, so he embarked on a pilgrimage from Egypt to India, then to China and Japan. Within 20 years, he nearly visited every country. This epic journey reflects the timeless human desire to seek out knowledge and understanding, no matter the challenges or distances involved. Meeting in 1919, by 1919, at 41, he traveled to Lhasa, India, meeting Sam, the headmaster of a boys' school. Sam, an ex-interpreter for the British government in Calcutta, was writing an English-Tibetan dictionary. Despite his role, he neglected his duties, often wandering in metaphysical contemplation. This chance encounter illustrates the serendipitous nature of spiritual journeys and the unexpected connections that can lead to profound insights and discoveries. Linguistic expertise. Fluent in Tibetan, English, and Sanskrit, Sam recited a passage from the Tibetan Book of the Dead in Sanskrit to Went. This convinced Went to stay, believing he found what he sought, the Tibetan Book of the Dead. This moment of linguistic and spiritual connection highlights the power of language and knowledge to bridge cultural divides and reveal universal truths. Years of study. For the next few years, Went woke at 6 a.m. to join Sam's classes, absorbing Eastern philosophies like a sponge. After 3 years, Sam passed away, leading Went to bring these philosophies to the West. This period of intense study and personal loss underscores the dedication and perseverance required to truly understand and integrate profound spiritual teachings. Translating the work, in 1927, Went translated the Tibetan Book of the Dead into English, naming it the Tibetan Book of the Dead, published by Oxford University. This act of translation and dissemination highlights the importance of making sacred knowledge accessible to a wider audience, ensuring its continued relevance and impact. Key concept: conscious living and dying. The essence of the Tibetan Book of the Dead is, those who live consciously will die consciously. Once conscious, they can transcend karmic pulls and escape the cycle of birth and death. This central teaching emphasizes the importance of mindfulness and awareness in all aspects of life and death, offering a path to liberation and enlightenment. Ignorance and unconscious living. Most people live unaware of life's true meaning, reminiscing the past or dreaming of the future. They worry constantly without clearly perceiving life, leading to unconscious death, easily swayed by karma, floating through the 6 realms of reincarnation. This observation serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unconscious living and the need to cultivate greater awareness and presence in our daily lives. Guidance for the living and dead. The book serves as a guide for living consciously to achieve awareness and avoid reincarnation, or as a guide for the dead to reach favorable realms and avoid the 3 lower paths: ghosts, hell, and animals. This dual purpose underscores the comprehensive nature of the Tibetan Book of the Dead and its relevance to both the living and the departed. Offering a roadmap to spiritual liberation. Post-death process. After death, a person enters the intermediate state or bardo. The first stage, Dharmakaya, appears as radiant light. Unaware of death, you see an unparalleled light and numerous illusions of happiness. Seeing through these illusions allows rebirth in happiness. However, most people are confused and enter the second stage. This detailed description of the post-death process provides a clear and vivid picture of the journey that awaits, emphasizing the importance of awareness and understanding in navigating these stages. Sambhogakaya stage. In the second stage, Sambhogakaya, lasting 14 days, happiness illusions fade, replaced by increasing pain and worldly attachments. The third stage, Nirmanakaya, involves 6 paths of rebirth, lasting another 14 days, leading to various torments and random judgment, resulting in rebirth and endless reincarnation. This progression through the stages of the bardo highlights the complexities and challenges of the afterlife, reinforcing the need for spiritual preparation and guidance. Reincarnation cycle. The reincarnation cycle in the Tibetan Book of the Dead is divided into 4 stages: life from birth to death, death from body departure to the bright realm, living in the bright realm with awakened consciousness, and rebirth. Tibetan masters believe liberation can be achieved during the transition between stages, breaking the cycle of birth and death. This cyclical view of existence offers a profound perspective on the nature of life and death, emphasizing the potential for liberation at every stage. Opportunity for liberation. The transitional stage offers a unique opportunity for liberation, akin to the sudden enlightenment of Zen masters, a brief moment of tranquility before reason re-engages. This opportunity can lead to liberation, avoiding the pull of karma. This insight underscores the transformative power of the transitional stage and the potential for profound spiritual breakthroughs during these pivotal moments. Transitional stage and conscious breath. Like the transition between life and death, a conscious breath can break the cycle of birth and death, escaping karmic control. This simple yet powerful practice emphasizes the importance of mindfulness and awareness in achieving spiritual liberation, highlighting the profound impact of seemingly small actions on our overall journey. Question on rebirth. You might ask, if understanding the book means we can achieve rebirth in happiness, then why not everyone? According to the book, the intermediate state is a mental realm governed by karmic law, not physical laws. Only a profound experience, like a tantric initiation, provides exact answers. This question and answer reflect the complexities of the spiritual journey and the need for deep, transformative experiences to fully comprehend and transcend karmic laws. Psychological perspective on rebirth. Thus, we interpret the book from a psychoanalytic perspective. Let's listen to another Tibetan story. This approach underscores the value of integrating psychological insights with spiritual teachings, offering a holistic perspective on the nature of existence and the journey of the soul. Another Tibetan tale. In 1985, a Han Chinese teacher driving on the China-India border with a Tibetan friend was told about a beautiful woman living on the border, Kanjento. Her beauty captivated many men, but she was a Buddhist nun. This story offers a contemporary example of the timeless themes and teachings found in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Highlighting the ongoing relevance and impact of these ancient wisdoms, Nun's story and awakening. 3 years earlier, in 1982, she ordained and went home to beg for alms. In the remote Himalayas, she found no homes or people for days. Exhausted, she finally found a small tent with a nomadic man who cared for her. They stayed together, succumbing to desire. They lived together for 2 months, forgetting her temple and vows. One night, the god Brahma appeared in her dream, urging her to wake from her desire-filled dream and return to her rightful life. The next day, she left the tent and returned to her temple. This story of temptation and redemption illustrates the challenges and triumphs of the spiritual path, reflecting the timeless struggle to overcome worldly desires and remain true to one's higher calling.